sirens and lights. We're breaking the news, taking on the fights. Iceman's in charge, the truth at the core. Holster up, free bird and box, ready for more. Tune in, long gone, feel the thrill. Uncensored and real, it's the realest of wheels. Motor Cop Chronicles, turn it up loud. The fun never ends, we're drawing a crowd. In your face, raw, unapologetically free. The funniest long talk, just come ride with me. From the streets to the studio, laughter ignites. Unfiltered, we chat about wrongs and rights. Criminal tales with a twist of the funny. In the chaos of badges, we take the money. The midweek madness, we own the scene. With the wit of the wise, we reign supreme. Motor Cop Chronicles, turn it up loud. The fun never ends, we're drawing a crowd. In your face, raw, unapologetically free. The funniest long talk, just come ride with me. Cop Chronicles, turn it up loud. The fun never ends, we're drawing a crowd. In your face, raw, unapologetically free. The funniest long talk, just come ride with me. Come ride with gear, let's hit the ground running. With the Motor Cop Chronicles, the laughter's just stunning.
Listen up. Before we begin this masterpiece, we're all current or former law enforcement officers. We've seen our share of humanity. But if you came here thinking we give a shit about your feelings, you are sadly mistaken. So if you're a snowflake, we'll give you just a minute to turn this mother off, all right? Now, for the non-pussified. This is the midweek news show of the Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. The only place where you'll find unfiltered, unedited, and raw discussions about law enforcement, crime, and everything in between. We love discussing the good, the bad, and the downright bizarre stories involving cops and criminals. So get ready for some raw comedy blended with our unapologetic opinions. We're diving deep into the headlines, breaking down the latest news about our brothers and sisters in blue and the criminals they deal with. You'll be laughing 1 minute and shaking your head the next. It's funny and maddening all at the same time, just like the world of law enforcement. This is the midweek news show of the Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. And here are your hosts, the Iceman, with co-hosts Holstera and Freebird.
Welcome. Hope everybody's having a
beautiful people.
Decent new year. You know, we'll be talking about some tragic shit in just a minute.
Decent. I hope they're all having a banging New Year's. They're all fucking still high, or their hangover ain't lasting. They're just starting to drink again. Fuck yeah.
Freebird's not here. I think he had prior engagements. It's just gonna be me and Holstera tonight. And
It's New
and all of a
Year's.
sudden
He's gonna get
his
fucked up
his
in.
camera's not working. Now, so I'm here by myself.
Yeah. Shit just stops working.
Yeah.
It's the magical. What do they call those things? It was a movie back in the day. They were trolls that you stuck underneath the water and they multiplied.
Oh, the
Gremlins.
Gremlins. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking gremlins get in all your shit and fuck it up. That's what happens.
So, see the background that was in the backyard last night. Since they built
Last night.
since they built that subdivision behind me, yeah, all them fireworks and stuff. I just stand outside in my backyard and watch.
It is great when you're the first one, and then they decide that the land is so beautiful they want to just build houses
and
all
just
the way
like
around
fuck
you.
it up, yeah.
But you still got your piece of serenity from a GPS map. In like 10 years, your house is going to be that one country plot in the middle of all those $1 million
Just
homes.
surrounded by all that shit. It ain't $1 million homes. All right, I appreciate everybody.
Well, there will be. Everybody's got to
jumping.
move away from Florida.
Jumping in here. We're gonna be talking about the New Orleans stuff in just a minute. If anybody would like any merch, Motorcop merch, you need to go to the website, motorcopchronicles.com, or the Etsy store. Same thing, Motorcop Chronicles. Get your merch there. If you want a great cigar, you can go to mypatriotcigar.com and use promo code MotorCop15. Get 15% off of your order. It's a U.S. company. And if you want more Motorcop, you can join the Patreon. There's $3, $5, $10 tiers. Full crew members get coffee mug, custom coffee.
They get
mug.
all the videos and good.
All
shit
the
like
videos and stuff like that. $3, you get the audio and some stuff, and you won't get all the pictures and stuff like that. But if you can't afford it, totally understand.
For the free version,
tough.
we send you our nudes, and we're ugly as shit. So don't do that.
Nobody wants to see you nude. Last time you did that, I think you got arrested.
Bullshit! I got a diamond award on Facebook. They promoted me to #1 follower.
That's what they did?
That was great.
I don't think
I
so.
don't know how you get those rewards. It's fucking crazy.
Speaking of our Patreons, we're gonna shout them out like I always do, real quick. Like I said, we got that new one, that CHP Road Dog. I gotta get his stuff mailed out to him. We got Stacy McClendon, our hang around. We got the rest of them are crew members. Miss Kelly Meyer. We got Jared Nitrous, Motor Cop for Life. Mr. William Gibo, our good buddy in New York. Dan Carlson with Burley Boards. Y'all go get you a Burley board. They're good for spanking your kids with, cutting your food up with,
Or your wife.
knocking them criminals out, or spanking your wife at night when she's the naughty time. We got T-Bird. We got Mr. Hoppy Hopkinson. I will be putting up a video later on the Patreon, the first video from Viper Striker TV. So y'all can check that out if you're part of it. Mr. Blake Walker, AA Ron with I Had Said Podcast. Mr. Z Palmer, our favorite girl from down under, JoJo. Miss Kaylee Norris, and Natasha A. from the great state of Washington. Appreciate y'all. Help me keep some lights on and keeping my overhead
Heard from her earlier.
down. Did you? Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's great.
She's having a good New Year, I guess.
Glad everybody's well. We got 12 months, and this filter will be coming off, folks. 12 more months, and I can go all
Bullshit.
natural.
He's gonna have to put it back
Y'all
on.
probably
We're
gonna
gonna
ask me to
lose
put the
followers when I
filter,
see your ugly fucking face.
put the filter back on. 12 months, I will be retired out of law enforcement permanently, and the handcuffs come off, and
What? And then they go on the wife.
no, I've got them pink.
He's gonna have to get a part-time job just to get the hell out of there.
I can probably
No,
put
you got
more
all the
stuff
goats.
out. Yes, I've been out. Actually, I had to change shirts. Thank God this is not smell-o-vision. I've been outside working on the pig pen all day, and I don't smell the greatest. I got to jump from. I left from there and had to come put this together. So I don't smell the greatest right now because I've been working on pig pen all day, and I don't even think he appreciates it, really. I really don't. He just got pissed off at me when I tried to scoot him out the way and just oinked at me. Yeah. Well, did I tell you? I told you we got three new go-goats, right?
No.
Yeah. So
No, I know about the goats. I didn't hear shit about the fucking pigs.
well, we got one pig. I only got one pig.
Okay.
So I'm just supposed to start getting cold. I'm fixing an area where he can go up inside the little barn area and not mess with the goats, but he can stay warm and shit like that. Because I don't want a cold pig, you know. So anyway,
Well, you just bury a 55-gallon drum like above ground so that they can go
bury it.
inside of it. Yeah, like lay it sideways like a doghouse and then cover it in dirt and then put hay in there. That hog will go in there. It's not
I got
hog,
one of
right?
them igloo. I got one of them big igloo dog houses he goes in and uses. But I'm also
they like
putting.
to knock the fucking things over. That's why I said bury.
He don't knock it down. He just try to have sex with it, but he don't knock it down. So
You gotta love pigs. Speaking
Yeah.
of pigs, oh god, that's
Yeah,
a
but-
transition.
but
The door involved.
the little door thing I'm gonna make for him to go inside the barn for his little area for where his little house is. I told Bam I wanted her to put one of the I wanted it in the same font. Remember the old movies Porky's?
Yeah.
I wanted that put on there so it'll say Porky's above it, the entrance to his little pork palace or whatever you want to call it.
Badass.
I know most of y'all are here. I appreciate all y'all getting the comments when we start talking about it. Tell us what you think about it or what you don't think about it. Or hear about the
We
New
also
Orleans
do a
thing.
segment called Hot Nuts where we discuss one of the
yes. And
events
before
being-
Billy's not here, obviously. It's weird. I forgot to do. I got to do the R and R corner. So all you new people, we're about to start stories. I got Roy. Roy S sends us a Did You Know? It's a weekly thing we do. So we're going to jump over to that real fast.
Welcome to Roy's Did You Know Corner, where Roy will let us know something that is totally useless, and we will have information living in our minds, rent-free for no good reason at all. So shut the fuck up and listen to what Roy has to tell us.
Oh, I forgot to put down what Roy had to say. Look at me. I ain't even been drinking. Sorry.
That's
My bad.
terrible. That's
Yeah,
terrible.
that is so
You just
terrible,
lied
isn't
to
it?
people and said this was a New Year's episode.
It
Been
is.
drinking.
It's. I hadn't been drinking. I'm just like fucking shit up. Let me add that in here real fast. I just totally forgot to add the Roy's talking part. So shut up.
You want me to just read it?
I got it. It's right here in the email. I just forgot to add it to the audio. Shit happens sometimes, dude. I'm getting old. Where is the email?
So
Go ahead and
basically,
read
Roy's
it.
Did You Know corner is small dogs have faster heartbeats. Small dogs actually have a faster heartbeats than larger dogs. This is because their body requires more oxygen, which is carried by the blood that is pumped by their little hearts. Smaller breeds have some unique health features and may be more susceptible to periodical diseases and some orthopedic issues. Make sure to discuss your smaller breeds prevention vet care with your veterinarian. But yeah, I do know that little dogs tend to have more heart attacks, especially whenever there's like thunderstorms and stuff like that. So it's very
Well,
sad.
they just get scared of everything. So
Yeah, but the problem is so do fucking Great Danes.
yeah, their hearts are a lot much bigger though. But the Great
Yeah,
Danes
I'd rather have a
are very
Chihuahua
much
that's spazzing out.
scaredy cats on everything. I will admit that they are scaredy cats on everything. Great
All
Danes
right, so
are.
we don't have the other R. this
Yes,
week.
yes, I do. I did do it.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't
Let's
forget
see
it.
what
I
his
just forgot.
choices are.
I just forgot to add the sound to it, which I'm doing that right now, real fast for the other one. So now I got that one in. So look, everybody, don't leave. Like I said, I usually don't fuck up this bad. We're gonna jump over to Roy P's date and inmate.com.
Oh, yeah, I got bond money, baby. Lord P got that bond money, gonna get a date. Got himself a profile on dateinmate.com. You see several shorties that he can
I think he's
afford.
already dated.
Bond is not too high. Gonna show 'em with fun money.
Which one?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's already dated number 2.
I don't. I'm not sure. Number 1 is from the UK though, and
You can tell.
number 3. I mean, she's letting you know she's pretty because it says beauty on her neck, right?
Nah, the back
I'm
of
not-
her neck says beast.
It might.
Yeah,
So-
she got a bunch of ass hair.
I'm going with
I
the
don't-
neck. I'm going with the neck tattooing for this week for Roy.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the ghetto Little Mermaid. You know, this will be 3 versions of Little
Yeah.
Mermaid.
I don't
We had the
know.
white
I don't
one,
know what these
the
people's
black one,
charges are. Like
then
some of
the
the other
version
ones.
that she's not, but her kids will be. So,
But Roy did
regardless-
call in and gave us an update of the
well, he just
mugshot.
looks like a fucking typical sex doll.
Which one? The one in the middle?
Number 1.
Oh,
No, number 1 just looks like a typical sex doll from Switzerland. Everything's
I don't
blonde
know
eyes,
what
blue
sex
hair.
dolls look like from Switzerland, but if you do,
Oh,
I mean, good for
I'll
you.
bring mine.
Oh, okay.
bring mine.
Well,
You
make
share
sure
it.
you wash it first.
Oh, we'll share
That
it.
can be kind of
Sorry.
nasty, sticky.
Hey, Jim!
What's
Happy
up,
New Year,
Jim?
my friend.
So Roy did call in about the one we set him up with last week. We'll see how that one went because we know they hadn't been going very well. So let's see what Roy P had to say.
Happy New Year's, everybody. I know y'all are waiting on an update on the latest prison shorty. Well, I decided to give her a Christmas surprise. I called it the Roy North Pole Candy Cane. I will say this. Make sure the prison shorty you are with has a sense of humor. She acted all excited and jumped into my arms and wrapped those sexy legs around me. Well, I fell backwards and hit my head and was knocked out. When I woke up, she was gone and my pants were down, and I felt very minty. She shoved a candy cane or 5 up my butt, so I had to go back to the hospital,
5.
and they laughed and removed the candy canes. The upside is that when I fart, right now it smells like peppermints. Well, here is me hoping
And
that
they let 'em keep
2025 is going to be a better year for me and my prison shorty search for love. Happy New Year's. Everybody, I know y'all are waiting on an update on the latest
poor
prison
Roy.
shorty.
Poor
Well, I decided
Roy.
to give her a Christmas
And,
surprise. I called it the Roy.
Now he's stuttering, still talking. Unfortunately, Roy has at least it wasn't oversized butt plug this time. He had to have it removed surgically. It
Tell
was
me
just-
you've seen the girl that walks around New York City that when she stops at red lights, her butt plug turns red, and then when she walks, it turns
No, I mean I don't. I haven't. I don't even know why.
I w-
How would you even search
No,
for
I
that?
was-
Why?
I wasn't. You know me. I just scroll through
Yeah,
TikTok
I know
endlessly.
you.
Well, it popped up. Well, you know me. I can't look
The
at porn
FBI is
anyway.
gonna. You better hope the FBI never finds your search history.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm telling you.
Whoa, shit. Oh, I guess I don't even need lights in here.
No, you're not up here, so we don't have no video of you tonight. So
I don't have to suffer.
we're gonna jump into the New Orleans. I guess the FBI is saying it's
Atrocity.
not. They don't think it's a terrorist attack, and then some people are saying it is.
Hey, I'll tell
think
you what. We'll let everybody judge for themselves. If a gentleman was to go ahead and crash into your house with a rebel flag on it, you would assume they were a white redneck. Okay. Well, if they crash a truck into you and they're toting a fucking ISIS flag, what would you consider them? I consider them a fucking terrorist.
Yeah, I mean,
not only
it's
that,
usually not something
I
you
mean,
just
it-
like fly on your truck.
I think you got to have balls to try to fly a fucking ISIS battle flag in New Orleans, or
Well,
maybe Louisiana.
The
Because-
death toll, from what I understand, is up to 15. 15 dead and 35 or so
Yep.
injured into a hospital. Now, this happened, I think, around 3:35 a.m. in the morning. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever
Would've
been
a lot higher.
if y'all have, any of y'all have, how many people are from Louisiana or have been to Bourbon Street on like holidays, especially like New Year's Eve or Mardi Gras, stuff like that. It's jam packed full of people. And if this would happen like around midnight or a little bit before, it would have probably been way worse. They did have some
hundreds.
video. Let me pull some video up.
Cervenka had a warrant and was at the Bryan
That's not
Walmart.
it.
The officer approached
that was taken by a nearby business that we
If you look on this video right here, they have this white truck that's right here. You'll see it. He slow rolls up, and there's gonna be a unit, an NOPD unit, is this is on Canal Street, and the unit is blocking Bourbon Street off. And they also have some poles and stuff they put up there too, and they're removable. They take them out during the day, and at night. But they had a unit blocking it. The guy is going to drive around the unit, and as soon as he makes that U-turn around that unit, he just punches the gas. I mean, it happened that fast.
I want to show you. Look at this. You can see the white truck there that's in this footage. That is the truck that is allegedly tied to this.
That's right here. You see the unit right here? This is the NOPD unit. He's blocking. He's completely sideways across the whole entire road. His guy's going to come in the front of it and get up on the sidewalk and go around him. Now the cop is in the car. By the time you realize what somebody's doing, you're jumping out. This dude done took off, like bad.
Casualty event in New Orleans. And look at the NOPD cruiser right there on your screen. The truck approaches that cruiser.
You can see right there. It was hard to see.
Oh, he almost drove over the hood.
No, I'm just saying, if you see right here, where he had the flag on the back. I mean, it's not flapping, of course, but it was. You could see the flagpole and shit on the back with the black flag on it.
Cruiser turns around the NOPD cruiser on.
See how fast he punched it?
And just
watch. As soon as he made that U right around the front of that unit, watch how fast he just punched it.
Yeah. Turns around the NOPD cruiser onto Bourbon Street and just hits the gas. This was just a terrifying scene when you watch this.
I guarantee you that cop right there, because I'm still in law enforcement, that cop right there was probably thinking, what the fuck is going on?
Doing?
Yes, he's like, it's still trying to register with him on that.
And I think it is important to point out that Chief Ann Kirkpatrick says that this vehicle went on the sidewalk in order to get around these, barricades or makeshift barricades.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people were bitching saying, "Oh, well, the police should have done it." Look,
so the cops wouldn't have mattered anyway.
The cops have been.
Is that true?
The cops have been blocking these streets off the same way they have for years. Now, Bourbon Street itself, on the streets that run perpendicular with it, they have
streets, right?
They have you got Bourbon Street. Let's say Bourbon Street is running east and west. Well, if you have some streets that are running north and south, they don't shut those down. So you have traffic that can cross over Bourbon Street all the time, and you don't want to get there because it might take you 20 minutes to drive across the street because people don't stop or get out your way. But you're not going to turn onto Bourbon Street because they have these large metal poles they place inside of, like, it slides inside the street they put up. So, like I said, this guy went up on a sidewalk. So it's not like they didn't have the street blocked off. I don't understand how they expect, if you block the whole sidewalk off, how is people going to get on the street? You know, you don't expect somebody to drive around on the sidewalk to get to you. So, I mean, they can stop saying, oh, you're trying to blame the cops on that.
In the absence of the bollards. So then the question becomes, would the bollards have stopped this truck if they had been in place? But I think the other question here is, why were the bollards out at this time when we knew that there was going to be huge pedestrian?
The bollard they're talking about is those pipes. They're not on the sidewalk. They just slide into the street to block the street. The guy went up on the sidewalk. He would have been able to get around them regardless.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hearing.
Event on Bourbon Street for New Year's Eve and for the Sugar Bowl coming the next day, that there was going to be huge crowds on Bourbon Street. That would be the exact time when you would
see right there. So you can see the flag. You can see the flag right here.
Yep.
You can see it. It's right there. It's kind of wrapped up around it. I don't know if he wrapped it up around it himself or just got that way. Did they? I had heard that they were that they had canceled the Sugar Bowl, or is it going on?
They moved it back 24 hours, but I don't understand how they're going to do that when they when the FBI and everybody has said that this is not a lone gunman situation. There is multiples.
Yeah.
So in this, if you have multiples at large in the area, to have an event where you might pull what? How many does the dome hold? 10,000?
Oh, probably
20,000.
I don't know.
Right.
Let's find out.
Shit. One little boom, and that would be a fucking. So I don't know how they're going to do that. I really don't.
Well, like I said, the Sugar Bowl brings down, it's already New Year's on Bourbon Street, which is already crazy.
Right.
How many do you think's down here because of the Sugar Bowl on top of it?
A lot. I mean, hopefully, like
Alexa,
the major majority.
how many people fit in the Louisiana Superdome?
The Louisiana Superdome holds 73,208.
You heard that?
Jesus.
73,000 people can fit inside the
Yeah, Hoppy
Superdome.
says
Okay.
to move till 4 o'clock tomorrow.
All
So
right.
that's almost 100,000 people, and what they've had reports of these little pop-up terrorist cells being popped
Well, they had.
all over the United States.
There was also a thing saying that they don't believe he acted alone. They think there might have been a male and female involved with them also, or something like that. So it was some improvised explosive devices.
Bollards up to make sure that there was no vehicle
And that's the
traffic
problem
getting
is these
onto
little
Bourbon
fuckers
Street.
make these IEDs out of anything, or these little pipe bombs and shit, and it's so fucking. By the time you catch them, it's too late. It's just shit.
See this other video. This is like aftermath, because you got all these people here. This is from like a hotel balcony. You can see the cops just lined up. Like I said, this is gonna be Canal Street out here. Bourbon Street will be one of like when they turn. Like I said, this is Canal Street. This ain't Bourbon Street here, but Bourbon Street's gonna be one of the side streets like this, off the side of Canal. Bourbon Street's just wide enough for like one vehicle, barely two. You've seen it when I brought you down there.
You know, these guys didn't learn anything from that fire truck parked on the railroad tracks where I am.
Here's, now.
Hey, look, everybody, look. Now you can understand when we tell you walking down this street smells like piss and shit. Right there is why. I mean, like, look at the just natural filth. People, fuck. Try to make it to the garbage can. I'm
trying to see if you can see on the road where these poles go down at. That's what I was looking for on here. Cause
those look like mostly troopers out there actually standing around doing their job.
This is a state. Well, they got a big state trooper present down in the city now because, but those are troopers. This is right before it all was right before it happened. You're gonna see all the cops take off running. What? Look, you see them taking off. Look. I mean, they just all take off at one time. And this is at 3:30 in the morning. That's why it's not that crowded down here. If this would have been, like I said, 11 o'clock, midnight, this whole entire street you're looking at, you wouldn't be able to walk. You can't walk down it. It's just nothing but a sea of people.
You get in a fist fight just trying to cross the road.
Yeah. I mean, it's horrible. And if you see right here where they got it blurred out, that's because this is a person right here, unfortunately. There's probably another person over here that got run over. That's just horrible. These people, I mean, they were just out trying to have a good time.
What was that? What was that a couple of years ago, wasn't it? That the fucking crazy dude in the red car.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, I mean,
through the parade.
This is a person that died right here.
Yeah.
I mean, and they wasn't doing nothing to nobody.
No,
Nothing.
they were out drinking with their friends that night.
Here's another person. Another person that right here. One here. That's two people just right there. If you've never seen nobody, if you've never seen anybody hit by a car, because I'm willing to bet this right here is blood and grossness right here. If you're a civilian, ain't never seen that, be happy.
It's kind of crazy.
Be happy. It's not pretty. It's not something like you see crap in the movies and stuff like that. It's not like that. It's just no way to explain the goriness of it. The smell, and everything else of it. There's no way to just even describe it, and it's horrible. But you see, like there's two people right there. Just you can see the cops running. These are SWAT guys. These are probably state police SWAT guys right here. They had long guns with them. Now, bad guy, from what I understand, did pop off some
Sweet
rounds
cheeks.
Three men
at the
and a woman.
at the
Yeah,
police.
they killed. They
They
killed
returned
him.
fire. He's dead. I'm glad he's dead. The only thing sometimes
I
in
wish
this situation
they
they
could
could take
question
him alive because maybe we could figure out why
or who the rest of them were.
or who the rest
You know,
of them are,
that's a
something
big
like
problem.
that.
Yeah.
So, everybody, I was thinking same thing. This guy also is a U.S. citizen, a citizen from Texas. Also, I believe he was a
Allegedly.
veteran, a U.S. veteran.
Allegedly.
So, I mean, have you seen pictures of him?
Yeah.
This is during the day, that morning, that afternoon. They had a press conference on there. I tried to watch all of it. It was just a bunch of politicians talking back and forth,
Nobody
talking
wants to see
about a
that.
bunch of nothing. So now, of course, it's a crime scene. Thank God this crane right here. I think this crane, he hit this crane, is what might have stopped him from going on his
Good.
onslaught. Hopefully, to me, it looked like it.
But you know what they need to do then? They need, those stupid little fucking the lifts that take you up to change light bulbs in Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them's about wide enough to block that entire road off. They just buy 10 of them. Block
Because
off all the side roads.
you see the front of the truck right here, how it's smashed
Smash
in.
the fuck in.
If you look real close, you can see on the back glass. There's 1, 2, 3. It might be 4. It's definitely 3. Them 3 white marks on that glass. It's hard to see. Those are bullet holes. I'm pretty sure that's where they put him down at. There, of course, here's another body right there. I mean, he was just mowing people down like he was cutting the grass.
Crazy shit, man.
I mean,
For nothing.
he ran. Thank God that thing was here. That man lift.
Yeah, the big. Yeah.
Because if he wouldn't have hit that, and you can see, for him to hit that man lift with that hood and stuff, he was hauling ass when he hit it. That's
Well,
not
that
a
looked
slow
like one of them little
impact.
scooters right there at the bottom. Look.
Right here. Yeah, it looks like
At the
it could
very-
be like
yeah.
a little rascal for a handicapped
Yep.
person. Because there's a lot of handicapped people out there, like homeless handicapped people, out there
But
begging.
it looks
for
like
money and
somebody's
shit.
foot's up there by the wheel of the person lift. If you look
So,
at it, it looks like somebody
right
laying
here?
down up there. Yeah.
So,
So I'm not sure, but I mean, thank God he's toast. He ain't coming back, people. Just be careful when you and your family go out. Make sure everybody keeps their head on a swivel and keeps their.
well, I
wits
don't go
about 'em,
many
'cause
places
remember
anymore.
I ain't talking about you, motherfucker. You don't go anywhere anyway, and I ain't worried about you when you do. You're a big boy. But there's some people out there that need to really pay attention to their surroundings because we are in a very weird time in America right now, and
See,
weird
this
shit
one,
could pop off anywhere.
this one story, it just showed up on my phone. It says 7 years ago, New Orleans officials began installing adjustable barriers at the intersections in the famed French Quarter to temporarily prevent vehicles from entering the tourist area where the narrow streets are typically teeming with pedestrians every night of the week, which is true. But the steel columns known as bollards were in the process of being replaced and were not engaged earlier. See, they're in the process of replacing them with new ones. But I don't think that wouldn't have stopped this guy. They had the complete road blocked off. He went around it.
Maybe he was just lost.
No, yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't heard if they found a manifesto or anything like that. They say they are looking for other people after this attack, and they had a Lafayette native, man from Baton Rouge, and the Mississippi teenagers is among some of the dead people. I know it's going to be hard to see, but let me take this picture and I'll put it up real fast. Y'all bear with me. This is the first I've seen this picture, and I'll put it up. These are 4 of the people that died in regarding this attack in New Orleans. It popped up on my local news feed, just in case some of y'all haven't seen it that are from other areas. Because I had some of the listeners that got in touch with me and was wondering, because, like I said, they know I'm from Louisiana and I'm only, about 45 minutes from New Orleans. So they know that I'm close and they're not getting as much news on it.
No, because his ass has been out there
getting.
fucking working with the pigs, bitch. I was wondering why I ain't heard from you, and then all of a sudden I started getting stories. I knew you were alive.
Well,
I knew you wasn't down in New Orleans.
No, hell no. You ain't gonna
Not
be
unless
down there.
Freebird dragged you down there.
Not even Freebird could drag me down there. Let's see. I don't know where he's at. Let me see where his picture's at. Here we go. These are 4 of the people that were
passed away.
Yes.
Killed.
I'm trying to get it up
piece of
here.
shit.
Here we go, right here. These are 4 of the people that are no longer with us because of the piece of shit that decided to drive his car down there and kill him. There's a young man here. Look, this young lady, look like she just graduated recently. This guy, none of them are old. They're all young people. Lost their lives for no reason. These 4 people right here.
That's crazy.
So their families get to, unfortunately now, their families for the rest of their life. When tragedy happens like this around holidays, for the rest of their life, this is what New Year's Eve or New Year's Day is going to mean to them, is the loss of their loved ones. That's what they're going to.
Yeah.
So.
And sadly, they'll never get any answers as to why or anything like that. It'll just be their babies went out one night and were trying to enjoy it and never came home.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
They probably wasn't bothered. Might have been walking. They might have been leaving to go get some beignets or just heading back into their
It's
their
3
rooms or
a.m.
something
They were
like
heading
that.
to go get some fucking Waffle House, man.
No, beignets. When you're on Bourbon Street, you go down and get beignets. That's the powdery.
And some
Do you know what else?
Scald your face.
What you want? You wanted coffee supposed to be hot.
Bro, that shit was like you could start a freight train or like one of them locomotives that requires steam. You just throw that shit in there. Yeah, no, that shit was hot. What you mean you're booting the truck?
Coffee is supposed to. He better not be booting the truck without me, Hoppy. You have to check out the Patreon later, Hoppy. I'm going to put you get mentioned in the video I shot the other night out there. But yeah, if stuff comes in, if we still got more stories to talk about. If stuff comes in, I'll definitely put it out there. I know it's been great. It's been great around here lately. We had a double shooting in Hammond, which is about 20 miles up the interstate from me. We got a double shooting on the Lincoln Park area. It's a great way to start off the new year. They did identify the man that was killed on O'Neill Lane on Christmas Eve, and he got murdered. They just released the identity of the man that was killed on Greenville Springs Road in Baton Rouge on New Year's Eve. So, just a typical day in Baton Rouge in South Louisiana. We had 3 more people that have been arrested for the shooting that killed an 8-year-old back in November. I'm glad they're catching these pieces of shit, people.
What the hell are they talking about what Joe Biden blasted after heartless New Year's message?
I don't know. I didn't read it. They had, I know stuff's going to be sick. They said they had that cyber truck when them Tesla trucks blew up in front of
Trump Tower.
Trump Tower. Me personally, it's an electric truck. They get battery issues. I think it had a battery issue.
The snow melts.
I'm not gonna. Me personally, if I'm gonna be a terrorist or do something stupid or blow shit up, I'm not gonna go out and buy a $200,000 truck.
Hell no, they use Toyotas, homie.
You know, I'm just not gonna do that. We had another man just got arrested for leading the police on a high-speed chase from Ponchatoula to Hammond. They found some human remains over in St. Martin Parish. So, I mean, welcome. Come on down to Louisiana, have a good old time, people. Just bring your
welcome to 2025.
Bring your Kevlar. That's all I gotta say. Bring your Kevlar. Everybody's like, yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're just saying they're dogging on fucking Joe Biden because he didn't mention the terrorist attack.
I watched this one thing. They asked him a question, and he says, "I'm not going to say anything." Because I said, "Do you think he was an illegal? Do you think he was this?" And I'll give it because I am no fucking fan of Joe Biden whatsoever. The man's he shouldn't be in office.
Yeah.
He's an old man. He ought to be at his house playing with his grandkids. No, don't play with your grandkids, Joe. Eating pudding. Get some tapioca pudding and some fucking Jello, and sit there and let Jill change your depends, okay? But he did say, "I'm not gonna make no comments until I have more information." Probably the smartest thing the man said in the last 4 fucking years.
Right.
Okay?
You know when he'll have information? In 5 days when he leaves his White House.
Yeah. So it's the best thing. So I mean, what do you want him to say about it? It's sad and tragic. I mean, because it is.
I don't. I could care less because anything out of his mouth is not truthful. If he says, "I'm praying for you, I care about you," you can bet your ass the first thing he'll forget about you the next person he sees. He'll be like, "Oh, sorry, my butt's been wiped."
Yeah. What about Jimmy Carter died?
Jimmy Carter,
he was somebody say Jimmy Carter died. It's like he was fucking 100 years old. I mean, he was gonna die eventually. He was gonna die one day. He was 100.
I thought he was already dead.
Was he upset that he lost the mantle of worst president of the United States ever? Or,
yeah, but that's what Joe said that.
Because Joe took it over as being the worst president ever, and Jimmy Carter just couldn't take it anymore. The dude's 100 years old. I mean, my God, he's probably ready to. He was probably ready to die at that point. Okay. I mean,
but he got so many. There's so many crying, open heart liberals and shit out there that are freaking out about it. Oh, he was such a good man.
But he did have 100.
He probably was a good man, but
he was probably a nice person.
Wasn't a great president.
I wrote. She's no longer with us. Kathleen Blanco, our governor during Katrina, who just failed miserably. She was a horrible governor. I wrote her a ticket. I pulled her and wrote her a ticket one time after she wasn't a governor. She was a super nice lady. She just sucked as a governor. Okay, a lot of people didn't like Edwin Edwards. Edwin Edwards was a crook. Yes, he was. He was a crook. Edward Edwards was a super nice guy. He was a super nice guy. He just, he was a crook.
Politician.
So, but I mean, I'm not saying, some of these people aren't nice. I don't think Joe Biden is. I think he's just a lying punk of shit. But I'm not saying all of them ain't nice.
Bet you if you were 8 years old and had long blonde hair, he'd let you rub his legs.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. He'd want to probably play diddly with me.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I married in the last 2 days. In the last 3 days, I'm sorry. I did go marry 2 people. So.
Yeah, it's illegal. You already married.
There is that. No, I was the officiant. I married them.
Oh, I thought you.
They are now happily married. They were happily married people because of the Iceman.
They're always happy in the beginning.
Yeah, most of the time. Hopefully they stay happy. Did you see that one story I sent?
Married if you were like, "Hey, how you doing? Y'all want to get married?" And they're like, "Fuck that dude." Anyway,
Darren. Did you see
the
that
Pennsylvania parents of the 21-year-old cerebral palsy man?
No. The story out of Kentucky. No,
not the illegal immigrant.
Medical marijuana users.
A whole other chat.
Medical marijuana users cannot own guns under federal law, so they will have to choose weed or lead. Which one you want?
Okay, let me explain how it's kind of goofy how that works, because it's a big gray area in a lot of states where it's legal.
Not in Kentucky.
You still have the right to protect yourself. But I mean, it doesn't come down to the.
This
state.
is coming out. This is coming out of the federal. But this is coming out the federal courts. This ain't coming out of local courts.
Well, if it's coming out of the federal courts, then it don't matter what fucking state you're in. Because
I know.
And I've always assumed anyway, I would never transport a firearm with marijuana. That's just not fucking smart. That's rack up some extra large charges for that. I don't understand why the ATF is anywhere near this. That's a DEA thing.
Wrong Kentucky story.
Wrong KY story.
What you want to talk about? Kentucky, some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I think he was talking about KY there, buddy.
Oh, the KY. You want the warming KY or not? But anyway, I just thought it was very interesting. So we're gonna see how that goes.
It is, but I mean, we've talked about it down here because there was a lot of people that were very worried because concealed weapons license holders. It's like, fuck, if I smoke a joint, I'm not going to be able to protect myself and shit like that. And the young lady that was in charge of the state at the time for the concealed licensing and shit like that, the Department of Agriculture down here came around and was like, you know what? I have both, so I don't understand why everybody doesn't have them. So with that being said, everybody just said fuck it and just did it.
Oh, look, I just got this briefing in. I know why Freebird's not here tonight. You want me to show you?
Tied up.
Want me to show you?
Wearing that gimp suit. Oh, he's on that horse.
No, I want to show you. This is why.
Oh.
Freebird's dog.
Is that him partying?
That's him getting ready to put a boot on that tire. That dog's so excited. Yeah, boot a tire. Get it, Dad. Get it.
Fucking hilarious.
And I can show you another video of how Freebird at his house, how they brought the new year in, and why he hadn't been on in a while because he's been busy. This is why. Just going on at Freebird's house right there.
It could be.
You see what's going on right there?
Yeah, I see it. He learned it from Freebird.
Yeah, probably
same tongue action
exactly how the copy said they had a cop serve a warrant at the wrong address and kill the homeowner, and I live in the home of the original Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Killer fucking chicken.
You live in the Colonel's house?
Like in Colonel Sanders'
you
house?
Like out of like a plantation or something?
Do you wear the little red tie?
I don't know if you've got the little. It's a black tie, isn't it?
No, it's red. Ain't it?
Well,
I swear it's red. Hang
on. I'm pretty sure it's black. They really need to. They should have checked that. That's really fucked up that they. And then they killed the guy. Yeah, some people needs to not. I think you sent me that also. But the weed story and that stuff, because there's a lot of places that have medical marijuana, and some places just free to use as you want it.
Yeah, Arizona's open. There's a lot of great states that are open. But I can tell you, I can't wait for Florida to go open. It'll be great. The states that have it open don't seem to have more of an increased problem. If anything, they used it to move the entire state towards like no tobacco use. I know it sounds bad, but when there's an alternative, people tend to quit.
Well, I still have my vape. That was a vape I was smoking a while ago too, y'all. It wasn't no weed.
Yeah, but in a year, man, I could let you hit a vape that'll send you to the fucking moon.
Sure you would. So this next story, we're going to talk about these parents and this caregiver who are accused of starving their 21-year-old son that had cerebral palsy to death.
And it's not a little. It's a lot. It's bad. Like it was a long time.
These dumb people right here.
And all of them look fucking healthy. Ain't none of them bitches.
Well, of course they healthy. They were eating all the fucking food.
So this the parents and the caregiver of a 21-year-old cerebral palsy man that was, I believe he was
blind and deaf. Right? And deaf.
Okay, so
he was probably mute. He was probably mute too.
He was not God's favorite.
No. People like him, people that are handicapped like that. I'm going to correct you all there right now, because this is where I was raised up. My mom, because when I was young, We would see handicapped people or disabled people,
Special.
and we'd want to know what's wrong with them. My mom says those are angels that God sent down to earth. That they were all angels. So no, this man was an angel. That's how I look at him as. That's how I was raised. So he was one of God's favorites.
Oh, I don't know. He's about 30 days away from being an angel his whole life. Anyway, blind, deaf, and cerebral palsy. The poor man was left in his chair to fucking starve to death. And
He was found
he
dead on the
died
floor.
at 59 pounds when they found him.
Grown man, 21 years
59
old.
pounds.
59
I can tell you
pounds.
most people's bones are close. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, 59 pounds. That is disgusting. So he had complications with his cerebral palsy, but it don't matter.
Days or 356 hours out of 425 hours, he was left alone. Imagine, there's just no interaction with any human.
No, deaf and blind.
They need to do with these people is put them inside of a really, really dark hole with no windows, and then every 30 days, give them a ham sandwich.
The boy's mother, Sherilyn Hawkins,
Good job, Kelly.
and Vernon Hatchett, the caregiver. They're all charged with negligent of a care of dependent of a person, and according to news release, they need to be charged with freaking second-degree murder, if you ask me. Oh, hold on, here we go. They do face Hawkins faces first-degree and third-degree murder charges, and Hatchett is also charged with involuntary manslaughter. Harris faces a charge of theft by deception. So what it is that he probably died. No, he probably died, and they were still cashing his fucking checks. And they were still cashing this poor dude's checks. They were both, here it is, they were both receiving benefit money for the care of him, who they had frequently left alone for extended periods of time. Now, first of all, I think these two right here, these first two, I think these are probably the parent, just the caregiver, that's what I'm guessing. But it don't matter. This is your flesh and blood, your child, especially for a woman. This woman, you gave birth to this child, and for you to do this to your own child, you're a certain kind of a demon. You're a certain type of just horrible person. I mean, there's.
I think I would have felt more pity if they would have just taken him out back and shot him because he was disabled. I'm sorry, but this whole starving him to death is wrong.
But he wasn't just blind and deaf; he was also immobile.
Yeah, cerebral palsy. So he
I've seen people with cerebral palsy that could walk, but
a little bit.
Last 18 days of his life, he was left alone for 356 out of 425 hours. This man couldn't speak, couldn't hear, couldn't see, could not walk, move, or anything else. So you just leave him there laying in his own piss, shit, and starving to death.
Right. That's what they're saying. Or just in his chair. Yeah, just leave and set him in his fucking wheelchair. Just not
says the mother pocketed $2,000 from a company called some kind of health care. Harris also cashed a $3,000 check from the same company. He had just been weighed in February. He had lost 30 pounds since he had been weighed, because he weighed about 90 pounds before. And like I said,
so this might have been an ongoing thing because he was deaf, and so he couldn't really communicate probably well.
No.
So he probably couldn't tell people that he was being fucking starved out anyway. And it finally just that's so bad because he probably is being, starved.
Could you imagine starving to death? Could you imagine just starving to death? Laying there in your own filth, and you can't get up, move, or anything. Can't hear, can't see, or nothing. Just sitting there hungry, nasty.
God, it'd be like being married to a basic white woman. No spices at all.
Anyway, all three of these individuals right here, I don't think they do not deserve prison. I think they need to. No, that's too nice. I think they should be taken outside and buried up to their necks in the ground and you get a lawnmower with a really dull blade and keep running them over until they just finally done.
Bull ants, man, and a bunch of honey.
So that, yeah, put some, yeah. Kelly says she officially retired yesterday. You were lucky. I'm 12 months behind you, Kelly.
Oh, I know.
So
I told her. Congratulations.
You will have
You were-
no excuse for not watching anymore. You can't say you're at work anymore. But anyway, yeah, these pieces of shit right here. I think they may get my hot nut so far because I just can't imagine, especially doing that to your own flesh and blood.
They all look related.
Yeah, they do. Who knows? All right, on to the next story.
So this next one fucked me up a little bit.
Yeah, this dude pisses me off too.
The Honduras guy?
Yes, this guy right here.
So the headline, when I read it, fucked me up. So a Honduras gang member who was illegally in the U.S., and it has, in quotations, giggled as he admitted kidnapping a young, and then it goes into the story. But I thought that they held the motherfucker down and tickled him until he told them the truth.
No, they didn't hold him down and tickle him.
No, I don't know. I was trying to have a funny.
That's not even funny. This dude's a piece of shit.
If they tickled him, you can't go beating people. But tickling maybe.
They need to change some of that stuff.
He's a gangbanger. He is from Guatemala. Last time he came to the United States, he kidnapped a young lady and attempted to fucking sell her organs and shit like that, but was deported. And then he broke into America again, and guess what? Kidnapped another lily white bitch. And he told her flat out, I'm going to harvest your organs or sell you into the sex trade. Well, he got caught. That's a really fucking crazy thing.
And he laughed about it when he told him about it.
Hear me out. I have a solution for all this. Even the most hardened assholes will agree with me. I have a solution to all illegal immigration, murderers, and sex offenders. The minute they're found guilty, cut them open, take out their organs, and donate them to all the people that need organs.
I don't know if I'd want some fucking
put the body
piece
in
of shit sex offenders organs.
Well, I don't want their dick, but I mean, if I need a fucking liver, I'll take one. Okay.
First of all, in this picture, they should have took them rosary beads off of his neck. He don't deserve to wear them. He don't deserve to wear them. He's a piece of shit.
He's got tattooed on nipples.
He thinks it's funny. He thought it was funny that he kidnapped and threatened to.
He was going to kill this bitch. Like straight up.
Thought it was funny. Said, I was just having a good time.
They all think it's funny. That's why I'm saying if we just cut them open and take their, there's a baby out there because, he's really small. He's Honduran. So you take him and you could take his, his heart or his kidney or whatever and give it to a little baby. It's got some kind of disease and save him. I'm all for that. I vote cut him open, take it out. Fuck, if that's all we need, just kick him loose.
I think we should give him flying. I think we should we should put him on an airplane and bring him back to Honduras and just give him flying lessons. We don't have to land. Just as we're flying over Honduras, you just
give him those
open the door and push his ass out.
Squirrel suits and what are those fucking GoPros?
Not even a squirrel suit. No.
How about we bet on them? Which one makes it to the ground faster?
Well, we could do that because we give them flying lessons. Just chunk their asses out. Send them back. Here you go. You can have them back on Honduras.
Or we can figure out. Remember, we have that giant fucking spacecraft that goes up to like the stratosphere. Why don't we see if we can, launch astronauts into space?
Or we could you could use we could use people like this to see how the human body would take like going to Mars or some shit like that.
Or car wrecks.
Just like, crashing them. I'd love to like shoot them up into space and like shoot them to Mars. And like
out of a cannon.
With like one can of potted meat and a stale saltine cracker. That's all you have.
Great loading them in there because they'd be like, "What am I supposed to eat or use the restroom in?" Don't worry, that's not going to be a problem. Launch.
No, I'd just be going. I know, hable. Speaking of no oblate, the video I'll be putting out on the first episode of Viper Striker TV on our Patreon. There's a part on there of one of the videos of Freebird trying to explain to a non-English speaking person on how to fucking pay his shit. So
That's great.
oh yeah, it's great. So anyway, this piece of shit here too, he deserves fucking hot nut too. Not as much as the motherfuckers. Not as much as the motherfuckers that starved their own kid to death though. What do y'all people think? We got a lot of y'all in here, and nobody's talking tonight.
To allow your child to starve to death is another level of evil.
Oh, that makes me madder than hell right there.
No,
Starving your own child? No. I mean, that takes a certain type of...
Going on to this next one, this man sacrificed himself. This sounds like some Louisiana shit. This is in your backyard, wasn't it? Man sacrifices himself to protect his pregnant fiance when his father killed him. Basically going into it, apparently there was some kind of weird love affair maybe going on, maybe allegedly, we don't know, with mom and some stranger. Well, the father believed that the pregnant future daughter-in-law may have answers. Pulled the gun, pointed it towards her, just like George Floyd. Said, "I'm gonna blast you, bitch." Young man come fleeing across the room.
I think he may be ad-libbing.
He jumped into the way, took one round of ammunition, and looked at him and said, "Damn you, daddy. You better not get her pregnant the second time." And he took his last breath. He's dead. His father's in prison.
I'm going to fact you check. I think you making shit up.
Father's on his way to prison. Mom has no idea what the fuck dad was talking about, but now her and her was soon to be daughter-in-law are now starting an OnlyFans page. I don't know.
They are not. You're such a liar.
Well, both the men are out of the picture. Why not?
You need to read the real story.
I did. Man sacrifices himself on protecting pregnant. I did actually read the whole story. It was seriously because mom was cheating on dad, supposedly. Dad thought. And he thought the daughter-in-law knew, and he pointed the gun at her, and the boy stepped in line, and bam, he shot him. That's how fucked up it is. I thought maybe like daughter was fucking the dad. Nah. It was straight up. Why would the future daughter-in-law even know that mom was fucking around? Like, that bitch, what? How frequently is she hanging around Ma?
I don't know. Maybe they were close or something.
Why they have an OnlyFans now? See?
They do not have an OnlyFans. You just wish.
They should. And Roy can send letters to the father and be like, "Hey, bud, you want me to send you some commissary?"
I don't think Roy
That's all I can do. I mean, all your snacks. No. He doesn't reimburse snacks? Bro, you go over to a single mom's house. Whew, you eat all them snacks, you got to reimburse.
This is whole story. Don't read his fucking stories.
No, I did fucking read it. Now, did you
made shit up? You made shit up.
You need me to read it verbatim? Because it's pretty damn similar.
No, it's too long for that. I did have put pictures up. This was that's not him. Fuck
Rick A. Suave. That's a Honduran.
This right here. This is mom, son, and
that's mom that's cheating. I thought there was 3 dudes to begin with. I thought the middle one was the daughter.
That's mom, and this is the
son that died.
The son that died, and the dad or stepdad or something. I don't know. I mean, dude. I mean, I know you might love your wife, but she's ugly as a motherfucker. I mean, I wouldn't be. I mean, what's the dude that's fucking her look like? Jesus Christ. To kill your son over it? Come on now.
Well, I mean, he wasn't going to kill his son. His son just stepped in front of it. He was going to kill that bitch that was going to marry his daughter. I mean, that's not really related to him. That's just...
So he's an idiot then. He's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I didn't. I really was hoping that he was banging the future daughter-in-law or something and shot the son. That would have made it a better story, but it wasn't. It fucking wasn't, y'all.
Oh, and I didn't do like all 12 stories tonight. because it's New Year's stuff like that.
And not only that, the New Orleans it deserved more time than we would have gave it if it was only one.
Yeah, I do have a couple more videos though to throw out.
You want to talk about the pro ISIS group calling on the New York
not that
people?
one.
No. Oh.
No, I got
Free
that
bird
one.
jerking off
Free,
on the couch.
yeah, free bird. I got this video. This is a judge that's telling this dude exactly like how it's going to be in jail for him. Like that.
Speaking of judges, have you listened to the developments in that fucking judge versus the sheriff story?
No, not yet. I hadn't.
We talked about it.
Yeah, I remember the story.
They've done some research, and it looks like the judge might have had some.
Was
like
he diddling?
Underground sex ring, like prostitution. He was like.
Are you being serious? You just making shit up again?
I'm dead fucking serious. We can look it up later on. I'm not going to get into it, but there's some shit that I think there's a lot more research out there that needs to be done on the case. But yeah, there's a reason he fucking did it.
Let's see. Let's listen to this judge is pretty good. I like her.
For cigarettes and dessert.
Yep.
Want to go to prison and be passed around for cigarettes or dessert, because that's what's going to happen to you, because you're young and they will think you're attractive at the prison. And I'm just being real with you. You understand?
Basically, she's just telling him he's going to get fucked in the ass by big old dude named Jerome or some shit like that, okay? For cigarettes. Yeah. It's like, hey, I got a pack of Lucky Strikes right here. You bring old Jesus over here. Let me get some of that man vagina.
Yo, I'll get you one of them Snickers out of fucking commissary later. You let me smash.
Oh, I guarantee you, after they smash his ass enough, it's going to look like Snickers when he goes to take a shit.
Yep. Nuts and all.
Nuts and all.
And I can tell you right now, your grandparents, your mother probably doesn't have enough money to put.
Just told them they're poor as shit.
Damn.
She's vicious.
On your books, so you won't be passed around for Roman noodles, cigarettes, oranges, or whatever at the jail. And it appears to the court that that's what you want to happen to you. Doing all these little crazy little tattoos you got here, trying to be Billy Bad with gang tattoos.
She was going off on him. She did not care. This last video is.
It's rare to see a judge do that nowadays.
Yeah, I know. Shit. This last video is why some people are still single and in life, and I'm sure I don't know. Roy might date her. I'm not sure. Let's see.
The judge?
No, this
or
next
that male
video.
Inmate.
You've reached Kalamazoo County Dispatch Authority.
That's not the right video.
Good thing we don't get paid for this.
Did I not put the right video in? Hey, maybe I forgot to put that one in.
Tell you right now, look at that. Look at that, everybody.
Yeah, that was in New Orleans right before this was before. Look at all them people.
That trucker came down that road because you can't escape. New Orleans isn't like any other city I've ever seen. Usually all them doors work. New Orleans is like fucking Disney. It has lots of doors, but they're all goddamn fake. You can't open them and go inside. So if a truck was to come speeding down that block, every one of these retards has to make it right underneath that big fucking orange sign right in the middle or into an actual door, or they're getting ran over.
Well, the door in this bar is right here and right here. There. These are windows on the side.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. It's on Bourbon Street. A bunch of the businesses has those fucking doors that like or maybe they're fucking windows, but they go all the way to the ground.
Yeah, could you imagine if it would look like this? What I was telling you, if it looked like this when that truck came through, it would have not been only 15 people and 35 hurt. They would have been, 35 dead and 100 injured or something.
Yeah.
Because that's what the street looked like basically when it happened down there and he took off running. So, but imagine
right there is that right there is the one cops you don't want to fuck with. The mounted police. Them horses bite.
Oh, them poor little horses ain't gonna hurt you.
Oh, shut the hell up. The motor cops
You like
Gonna
that,
keep throwing
don't you?
pictures of- I do. I want it to be free bird. Hang on a minute. Leave that up there. That's gonna be Free Bird's new fucking screenshot when he calls. Right there. All right, I got it.
All right, here's the video I was talking about.
I am trigender, which means like a triangle. I
Oh
have three
God,
genders.
no. It means you're gonna try it all.
She's like, I'm like
Jesus.
I'm trigender. I'm like, first of all, look at this bitch's eyebrows. It looks like two stinging caterpillars like got stuck on her face and she never took them off. Okay, these are some big ass, thick ass, bushy eyebrows. Do something about it. I don't know what this is not a beauty mark. Get this thing burned off your face, sweetheart. These blue lips here, Don't match your lipstick. Don't match your lipstick with your fucking jewelry and your clothes, okay? You look stupid. Look, her teeth even look blue. It looks like she's sucking Papa Smurf's dick off or something. Her teeth are even blue.
Male, female, and non-binary.
Male, female, and non-binary.
And the difference between trigender and gender fluid is that I feel all three of these genders at the same time.
So she can actually fuck herself.
Well, you got 3 holes, I suppose, then.
I mean, what was that? It's like, I feel like a boy and a girl. I'm just going to fuck myself. I got myself pregnant. I'd like to see her take herself to paternity court and try to get child support from herself. These people are stupid. Papa Smurf came all over that shit.
All the time. It doesn't ever shift or change or where I feel one gender more strongly than the other, like gender fluid tends to be. Also, I should recognize and accept that a lot of people don't see non-binary as a
It's not. Just look at teeth. Teeth are fucking blue.
third gender. They see it as something completely separate from the binary of male and female. But for me, it's like a third gender. Or I guess you could call it a third identity.
Oh my God. This is what's wrong with people right here. This is what is wrong with people today. So I saw that and I was like, I got to throw that on there. All right, well, we're gonna vote for hot nuts real fast. I've been much in the chat tonight for as many people that are here. But anyway, I'm voting. My hot nut of the night is going to be the people that starve their own children, the child to death. These motherfuckers need a slow, painful death is what they need. That the ones that did that. So is that the one you're doing too? The starving son?
Yep.
Okay. And we got Jesus, the one that was happy and giggled about kidnapping a girl and trying to sell her organs on the black market, and that's the 2 for tonight.
Oh, yeah. I was going to show you on the camera Free Bird's new backdrop. It's the dog jerking off every time he calls. Yeah.
So, y'all, if y'all want to vote, we'll give y'all a minute to vote, and I'll see.
I'm not sure. I know we have a lot of people listening on here.
We're showing 172 right now. I don't know. A lot of people on X. Y'all more than welcome to jump in the chat.
I'm not. I'll have to follow along on the chat some night and see if I can't get people to interact. But with Facebook and YouTube, you can actually chat, and it pops up on the screen at times as long as it's not something obscene.
It will with
we
X.
usually interact and communicate. It does do it with X. Then yeah, any questions you have or any statements, go ahead and throw them in there.
Or if you want to tell us to go, want to tell us we're stupid and want us to go screw off, tell us that too.
I'm fine with that too. Yeah,
we don't mind
it. Share it with your grandma. Hey, your grandpa. They need something to do at the senior citizens home. If they can't listen to us at 8 because it's past their bedtime, tell them at 0500. Jump their asses on, drink their coffee, wake up.
Yeah, it's not letting me on the live itself. I don't know.
Well, I can't get on fucking X at all. It's like, you must verify, be a real human. I'm like, I don't know what it means.
Verify yourself. All right, looks like Hot Nuts is going to be these piece of shits over here. I don't put their pictures. That
What a fucking dumbass. Hot hot nut, your mom should have swallowed you. You are a fucking hot nut, a true fucktard. Hot nut, your dad would be disappointed if you knew who he was. Hot nut of the week. Who does that? Your brain is made of nuts. You must have eaten Danny cum cakes to be a hot nut like you. Shit, you such a hot nut. I think you have birdseed on your face. Free birds, stop nutting on them. Holstera, put that up. I said no, no you can't nut on them. Damn bots, don't do that, you nasty fuckers. Hot nut gets the crew excited, as you can see. Be happy, it's only for a week. Do better, hot nut, you fucking nut. Hot nut, your mom should have swallowed you.
Should have swallowed all of them.
Hot nut, a true fucktard.
Should have swallowed all of us in general.
A true fucktard. A true fucktard. Hot nut, your dad would be disappointed if you knew who he was. Hot nut of the week.
It used to be called a jumpaline before.
Your brain is made of nuts. You must have eaten Danny cum cakes to be a hot nut like you. Shit, you such a hot nut. I think you have birds.
What is it?
Free birds, stop nutting on them.
Well, you don't deserve it then.
I said no.
To know.
No, you can't nut on them. Damn bots, don't do that. You nasty fuckers.
Almost over.
Hot nut gets the
Because
excited, as you can see.
if you got an ass,
Some shit. Have you seen Jared's Motor Cop for Life? He's got a whole new set up for
Hot nut, your mom
models.
should have swallowed you. You are a fucking hot
got a what?
nut, a true fucktard.
He's got a whole new setup for his models.
A true fucktard. Hot nut, your dad would be disappointed if you knew who he was. Hot nut of the week. Be happy, it's only for a week. Do better, hot nut. Hot nut. You fucking.
all right.
You know what, Iceman? I can't wait for when you actually retire, and then maybe I could talk you into getting back into gaming, and then me and you could sit there and maybe do a Twitch account where we sit there and bullshit.
I got kicked off of Twitch.
and
Remember?
play video games. Yeah, but I can make an account.
They starving.
Not for Motor Cop Chronicles. We could sit there and play video
Don't
games.
be talking
and
about
bullshit
my.
like
Don't
we
be talking about my cock.
No, that's only stands.
All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming on. Give us at least give me a like and follow on whatever platform you're watching on. We do go live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. We
Holidays or not.
Don't matter. We were here Christmas Eve or Christmas night, whatever it was.
Yep, unless we're on our deathbed or the power's out, we're here.
Yeah, that's the only time I'm not here, when I ain't got power or been in the hospital. We every Wednesday. Of course, I'm on all the podcast platforms with just audio. I do have stuff where I've interviewed people that are more serious. Not everything is us being stupid. But come back and see us. Hopefully next week, Freakbird will be back. And we do have guest appearances and stuff from other people. And I appreciate it. Like I said, follow, hit the notification. Tell your friends and your family and your frenemies about us. Like I said. Hopefully we'll see y'all again next week. Everybody be safe out there. Remember,
love every one of you guys.
We're not sheepdogs. There's no sheepdogs around here. We're only lions.
I'm with that lion.
Made it to the end. Hope y'all were entertained at your laughs. If you were offended, fuck off. The crew hopes to see you back next week. Same time, same place, bring a friend to fold. We are the lions, kings of the jungle. We don't take no shit. Were you offended by the podcast? Too much cursing, not PC enough? Well, fuck your dick.